new stuff. I'll just give you the old stuff. Hopefully we'll be able to find the attachments in one of your emails. Okay, so we're going to do absolute value, and when absolute value is inside of an algebraic equation like this, we have to write two equations. I know this was a little confusing for you last time. So we're going to say 2p plus 5 equals 11. So we're just writing this without absolute value. And then we're going to do the opposite. So this is regular 11. We're going to do the opposite, which is negative 11. And then we're going to solve for both. So they're adding 5. We're going to subtract 5. 11 minus 5 is 6. 2p plus 5, we're going to minus 5, minus 5. This cancels each other out. What's left on this side is 2p. What's left on this side is negative 16. And then, of course, we do this step. They're multiplying, we divide. What's left on this side is p, and the answer is negative 8. So for this one problem, you have p equals 3 and p equals negative 8. We'll do another one. It could be as simple as this. B equals 2. So you're going to write your two equations. B equals 2 and b equals negative 2. That's it. So those are the absolute value ones that you're going to do. If you had r minus 8 equals 5, you're going to go r minus 8 equals 5, and then r minus 8 equals negative 5, and then solve for both. And then plus 8 plus 8. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, but the question is that why do I have to do what? Wait. Yeah, why do I have to do like negative and positive?
Because anytime you have an absolute value like this, we always write two equations, because remember we talked about absolute value could be positive or negative. So
yeah, true.
That's why we have to do two equations, and the solution could be a negative or it could be a positive. That's what's in the absolute value. So this could be a negative 3 or it could be a 3. So we have to figure out what it would be for both. I know it's weird, but that's just that's exactly how we do it. And yeah, I think that'll do it. Sometimes you have to do an absolute value with an inequality. So it would be v minus 3, and then we have an inequality is more than or equal to 4. So we're going to do the same exact thing. V minus 3, 4. And then v minus 3 is more than or equal to negative 4. And then we solve this just as if it was an equal sign. We just keep writing the more than or less than, or more than and equal to, less than and equal to problem. Do you have any questions about that, honey? Okay. All right. When you're doing algebra, this is just kind of a little bit of a review. If they have something that looks like that, this is worth 3x. So you would be simplifying like that. And then that makes sense, right? Okay, so this is chapter 3 review. Okay, so we're going to go over what we learned in chapter 3. If they want you to graph an inequality like that, they're going to give you x is more than or less than, and then they're going to give you a number. So you're going to write your number line, and then this is more than, so it's going to go this way, whatever way the arrow's pointing. You're going to make an arrow. And because this is more than, you leave it open. If it was more than or equal to, you would close it out like that. But this one is not closed because it is a more than or less than. If it is more than or less than and equal to like that, then you close it out. For this one, the arrow would go this way. For this one, the arrow would go this way, and you'd have a closed circle. That makes sense, right? So if they gave you words instead of a problem and they said at least 600 people went to the game, you can graph that out. So you're going to write 600 people. And would we have an open or a closed circle?
Open.
It would be closed because at least 600 people includes if it was 600.
Oh.
So
right.
it would be
That
600.
makes more sense.
Does that make sense? And then would my arrow go this way or would it go the opposite way? This way?
It'll go that way.
Yeah. Okay, how about this one? An elevator can carry at most 15 people. How would I graph that out?
Facing that way.
Facing that way? Like that?
No, the other way.
What, honey?
Other way. But...
Yeah. Okay. And then what would I do?
Graph 15 on a number line. And then have a closed circle.
And then this is important because you can't have negative people. You would actually graph the whole thing out because it's not infinity. It's at most. Remember we talked about this, that you can close it. That means it doesn't go on to infinity. So instead of making an arrow, we're actually going to close it because there's no such thing as negative people in an elevator. Actually, this is good. There could be 0 people though. So you're going to close it 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're going to fit all the way to 15. And this is going to be the least amount that you could have, and this is going to be the most amount that you could have. So instead of having an arrow, it's just going to be like this. And 0 is going to be closed, and 15 is going to be closed, and then everything in between. These can all be a solution set. Does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna stop recording and I'm gonna send you this